on Machi The Lazy Witch. We're very excited today to have Raven with us to talk about her awesome creation. Welcome.
Bless.
How are you? And are you having fun with your campaign right now? Are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I had the window open for the video in 3 windows.
Oh no.
Goodness gracious. I'm so sorry. But
Oh, that's all right.
hello.
No worries. Yeah, I was just curious how you've been doing with this new campaign, because I know this is your second time around doing the crowdfunding scene.
Yes, it's
Have
been
you? Yeah.
it,
What's been like?
it's been great. This time around, I was able to connect with even more creators and get a chance to go on their streams and talk to them about things to keep in mind for future campaigns. So I'm learning even more this go around than with the Kickstarter, which is really exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is really good, and it seems like you're doing really well with this campaign.
It's doing pretty well. It's overfunded, which is great. We're close to our first stretch goal, which
Wow.
is super exciting. Which also I would like to formally announce that stretch goal. So I mentioned it yesterday on Red Valkyrie. We talked about it a little bit, and I'd like to reinstate it here. So tomorrow I'll be posting an update, letting everyone know, hey, here's what the pin looks like, and have the visuals and everything ready. But as soon as if the campaign can reach 2,200, I would love to include hard enamel pins to all physical orders, $25 or over. That would just be the coolest thing. That's what I did for the Kickstarter. I just got the pins in and everything. And the pins, oh my gosh, I'm so happy with the way they look. I might turn on my webcam for half a second just so I can show you guys. Let me see. Hopefully I don't look too crazy. I probably look super crazy.
Do you do you have a favorite pin out of the bunch right now?
So all the pins are the same design.
Okay, nice.
They all came out like pretty great quality. Funny enough, I did receive like a bag of defects. Like they let me keep the defects, which is the coolest thing. So I have all these extra pins, and some of them aren't even that bad. So I figured could raffle them off, see if anyone wants them. Because I think they're just the coolest thing. They're pretty large. It's about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. And they're super thick, and they have 2 stable pins in the back, so it's a 2-part pin.
Wow.
And it's of Machi doing little thumbs up. It's really cute.
Nice. Yeah, you come up with all the really cool merch. Where do you come up with all these ideas for it?
Oh, bless. I just think about what I would want. I look at campaigns and I look at the tiers that entice me the most, and I try to apply what is tempting to me to my campaign, and hopefully it's tempting to others. So it's pretty cool.
That's a pretty smart way to do it. Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't get my webcam to work right now for some reason.
No worries.
It's funky, but I'll post.
If you have any pictures, definitely, send them our way.
Yeah.
We can share some of those.
Yeah, I'll share that on the Twitter. Probably tomorrow morning. I'll show you guys like the pins and announce like who wins the raffle and stuff like that. So I'm going to be raffling off 2 pins today. So stick around towards the end of the stream for a chance to win a free pin.
Woohoo! That's awesome. I don't think we've ever had a raffle on here, so that's definitely a wicked first for us.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, that's fun. And as Kaylin says, rare defects hella.
Yeah. There's one really cool defect on one of the pins where Machi's eyes aren't colored. They're just colored in solid black.
Demon Machi.
She has the whites of the eyes, but her eyes are just black, and it looks pretty cute.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah. I was thinking like all pitch black,
I
like
wish.
almost like demon eyes.
That'd be really cool. Have like a spooky Machi. That'd be my favorite. But nah, I didn't get that one yet.
Maybe next time, yeah.
Next time for sure, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, if you want, we can start off tonight by just taking a look at your campaign and checking out the tiers and all that, and then diving into some more of the more other stuff that you have got going on.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Let me pull that up real quick. Let's see. Sorry, I was having I think I was having a technical issue with a double stream going on. You know, when you can hear the audio coming through.
Oh yeah.
That's always so trippy. All right, so I'm going to pull it up now. Now, the Indiegogo pages, it's kind of set up a little bit different than you had the Kickstarter setup. Is that right?
Slightly different. The main difference is the reward tiers. The body is roughly the same, but the price breakdown is different because there's a different price breakdown for this campaign.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, here we are. We have the campaign. Obviously, it's at 130% of your fixed goal.
Which
You're
is
over, which is amazing.
crazy. So great. That's 2 campaigns fully funded. I'm so grateful. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm so grateful.
So this definitely is going to put Machi on a good foot going forward. It sounds like.
I'm excited to continue moving forward with it. Everything right now is on track. We have everything sent out on time. So I hope that this is a good example for future projects.
And so 5 days left. So obviously it's getting close to the end here. People need to, if they haven't backed it, should probably get on top of that.
Oh, please.
Now, you described the comic as a 12-issue series.
Yes.
This is the first of 2, or first 2 rather.
Yes.
And what can you tell us about your main character?
Right. So Machi is a young witch who lives in a magical world where everyone has magical powers, a small amount of magic that they can project from their hands, do small things like lift pens and do small things like that. But to amplify their magic, they have to have a wand. And to have a wand, you have to go to college and get a degree. So our girl Machi, fresh out of high school, not wanting to disappoint her parents, is given the choice of either stay at home and get a part-time job or go to college. So she decided to try out for the test. Did she give it her all? I don't know. Maybe she wanted to fail. Maybe she wanted to stay home. But
Yeah, I get that.
But either way, she ended up passing by some grace. And so now she's on her way to her first year at the prestigious Pendleton AI, accompanied by her big sister, Raina, who is a senior student at the college.
Wow. So she's the freshman on the campus here.
Yes, little baby Machi.
And so, as it says here, she'll, come up against her unlikely friends and have accidental enemies. So it sounds like there's going to be some drama, perhaps.
Yes, so it is a slice of life. So I'm trying to keep it pretty chill, but we do move the story forward by adding in some rivals and some interesting snafus in the plot.
You got to have a little bit of conflict there, right?
Oh, yeah, just a little bit.
Forward. But I like that you're keeping it light. I think that's a fun way to do it.
Bless.
Too much darkness in a lot of these. Like Harry Potter started off very, very fun and stuff, but it definitely takes a dark turn.
Very dark, very fast. And Harry Potter was one of the biggest inspirations for Machi, which I'm sure that's no surprise to anyone. So I wanted to really focus on what was fun about Harry Potter, the day-to-day life, going and visiting the crazy candy stores, seeing the crazy creatures, learning about the teachers. I loved that, and that's what I wanted to incorporate with this story.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. Yeah, that was kind of the more fun stuff. I remember when I was young, I really enjoyed that as well, that aspect of the story. Kind of fell off towards the 5th book when everything started getting so serious.
Yeah, it got dark very fast. So with Machi, we're fortunate that we're keeping it light all the way through.
Yeah, I think that's a really great way to do it. Yeah, and you obviously have a great art style. Can you tell us a little bit about how you came upon your art style?
Yeah, well, thank you for liking it. So my style, I wanted to do something that was a resemblance of comics in a way, but also manga. I grew up wanting to be a mangaka so desperately, and I didn't quite think it was possible being an American and being an American mangaka. I didn't really have much faith in myself at the time, so I wanted to incorporate manga and anime in some way into this art style. So I studied a lot of Studio Ghibli when it came to the coloring. And as far as the characters go, I've been drawing cutesy style characters as soon as I could pick up a pencil. So
yeah, well, you definitely do that really well. Like all the characters have a really just like cutesy anime feel about them, and it's not quite chibi. It's almost, that's why I think it's so interesting, because it's definitely your own style.
Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely put your own spin on it, and I can see where you're coming from with these Studio Ghibli influences as well.
Buzz.
They definitely do some of the best, just purely joyful stuff, and I can see you connecting with that aspect of it.
Oh, I love Ghibli. I have so many of their art books over here that I study all the
Nice.
time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's a great creator and great studio coming out of that,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Oh.
Um, Quick question from the chat.
Mhm.
Zany Cartoons asks, so wand is like a license?
Yes, that's right. Thank you for the question, Zany. So wands are essentially like having a license. When you have a wand, your magic is amplified and you can do bigger and more powerful things like file taxes from memory or create a stone golem or put on an amazing performance using only visual sparkles. Like you can do all
Hmm.
sorts of crazy things with wands, but you have to go through school because misuse of a wand, that's not very
Uh-oh.
good.
Is there like a magic prison, or did they throw you in the dungeon, so to
Yeah,
speak?
there of course has to be an enforcement in the story, and I'm excited to get to reveal those to you
Uh-oh.
guys in later issues.
Oh, that sounds scary. Oh, that's funny. Nice. Well, that I really love the story that you've crafted, and just the world. It sounds like it'll be really fun to explore with these characters.
Buzz.
So we have our first tier here,
Mhm.
tier here, excuse me, and that's the friendly familiar tier.
Yes, and this tier is the digital goodies. This is good for anyone who wants to kind of get a taste of the comic. Maybe they don't want to throw, their whole self into it. They just kind of want to get a feel for it. This comes with the digital PDF of issue 1, a digital wallpaper for your computer, your laptop, or whatever you'd like, and a random digital icon illustrated by the amazing Peyton Monroe, who is in the chat right now, my little brother.
Nice.
He did these amazing
Oh,
icons. So you
that's
have a
awesome.
chance of getting 1 out of 4 characters, and we'll scroll down to that later on to show you those characters that you can get.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then next we move on to the what looks like possibly the next digital tier.
Yes. So this is also the digital tier, but it comes with 1 physical goodie. So
Hmm.
I know when I back tiers, I like to have something physical come in the mail. There's nothing more exciting than opening up the mailbox and having something there for you that's not an ad or coupons. So with this tier, you get issues 1, 2, the background, the icon, and 1 of the 12 trading cards. Now, there are 2 rare trading cards that you can get, and you still have a chance of getting that 1 of the 2 rare cards when you back this tier. So you could back at $8 and get a rare collectible character trading card in the process.
Well, that's awesome. And is that exclusive to the Indiegogo?
Yes, I created a whole new set of trading cards exclusive to the Indiegogo. So the
Oh wow.
Kickstarter had their own set of cards, same characters, different art, different quotes, and everything. So the cards have been
Nice.
completely redone from scratch just for the Indiegogo. And at the bottom of each card, it says Indiegogo exclusive.
That's fun. Yeah. I
Mhm.
love that kind of adding that collectible aspect of it. It's like when you used to get Pokemon cards or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever you were into. You'd always look for the variants and the special art and all that.
Heck yeah. That was my
Yeah.
favorite thing. I loved collecting cards.
Oh, me too. I was a big card collector, that's for sure. I love that you're playing on that. The art, definitely this kind of '90s inner love of creating cards. That's definitely still alive out there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I love to see that coming back.
Bless.
So the best bud tier we move on to now looks like are possibly our first more physical tier here.
Yes, so this is our physical tier. This comes with the first physical copy of Machi the Lazy Witch. And it's worth stating that the covers for the Indiegogo campaign are also rare and exclusive. So I won't be printing these covers again at any time. These are specifically for the Indiegogo. The Kickstarter had their own unique covers. The Indiegogo has its own unique covers as well. So continuing on with that collectability. You get the physical copy of issue 1, both digital PDFs of issue 1 and issue 2. You have the digital background, the random icon, the trading card. So I know it shows 1 trading card there, but you actually get 2 with this tier. And with the Broom Buddies as well, you also get 2. So you get 2 trading cards
Mm-hmm.
in each of these tiers.
Oh, nice.
And then there's a sticker that's included in this tier. It's such a fun sticker. It's 3 inches tall. It's a pretty big one that you'll get in the mail as well. So I'm really excited to get to share that with you guys.
That sounds fun. Yeah. then next we move on to the grabbing goodies. Sounds like there's a lot of stuff with this one.
Yeah, this one's really aimed for the amazing people who backed the Kickstarter. I know that whenever I'm backing a campaign and I see, oh, they're doing it again, but with goodies. Like, what if I don't want to have 4 copies of a comic? What if I just want to grab these new exclusive goodies? This tier allows that. So this comes,
fun.
Yeah, this comes with the poster, all of the trading cards, the sticker, a 16-ounce coffee mug with an orange painted handle, and the inside is all painted orange as well, which is super cute.
That's awesome.
And it says The Lazy Witch on it with a little picture of Machi and the digital icon.
Wow, yeah, that's a good set right there. That's really good for the people who've done, like you said, people who back the Kickstarter can kind of get all the extra stuff they would be missing out on otherwise.
Yes, I wasn't able to get this amount of merchandise in during the Kickstarter, but during the Indiegogo, I found better resources. Going through Wicked, we can make posters, and I found out how to get mugs made. So I really wanted to include that and make it accessible to everyone.
Nice. And we see Machi there, and what is the name of the other character in that image in the poster?
Yes, that is Aspen. That is Machi's best friend, her little partner in crime.
And are they having a tea party there?
Yeah, they're having some hot cocoa.
Nice.
With all the whipped cream.
That is a lot of whipped cream. That's hilarious. I really love the art on that one. That it just everything pops. It's so colorful.
I was very fortunate to find an amazing artist online by the name of Luho, who I commissioned to draw Machi quite a few times. Nice. And they whipped up this illustration for me so quickly. I was so amazed. And they gave me their blessing to use it for the crowdfunding campaigns. So this is a Luho print. So I'm very happy to share this with you guys.
That's exciting. I like the name of this one, The Toil and Trouble. Very nice.
Yeah. Bubble, Toil and Trouble.
Exactly. You gotta love the classics, right?
Oh yeah. This is the same price as the grabbing goodies tier, but this comes with the physical copy of issue 1, issue 2, the digital rewards, all of it, the icon, the background, the PDFs, the 3-inch sticker, and 5 trading cards. So you still have a chance. You have a higher chance of getting a rare card in this set than you do with the $25 tier where it's just issue 1. So you get 5 trading cards with this one, and I love handing out these trading cards. They feel so nice. They're poker sized. They're so high quality. I adore them. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys.
That's exciting, yeah. And how did you kind of come to work with the vendor that you're working with?
Right. So I love doing research. It's one of my favorite things. So I was actually going to school to be an accountant for a while. So numbers, researching, things like that. I love it. So I did a lot of research to find the best card vendor that I could. And a month before I even launched the Kickstarter, I did a test print with this company. And I got the cards in through the mail. And I was so smitten with it. I said, you know what? That's it.
Really? So you think you would never go back on? You've really kind of settled on your preferred printer for that one?
Oh yeah, and they have so many cool options for the future as well, like transparent trading cards, and oh my gosh, so many cool things.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I kind of want to start making my own trading cards. Like that. I mean, that's freaking awesome.
Oh, I'll hook you up with them. They're great.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Highly recommend.
So do you think there's a chance in future campaigns we'll get even more Machi trading cards then?
Yes, my plan is to release an additional pack to the public that's non-campaign related, just an overview pack, so then you can continue your set. So the next set of cards I'd like to do would be focused on the creatures and the staff.
Interesting.
So like the dean and maybe a little bit of Coffee Joe. There's this reoccurring character named Coffee Joe. Yeah, he's a little pigeon who delivers coffee. So I'd love to make a set so people continue adding to their collection.
Yeah, I could see that being cool. You could, like you said, kind of release new sets in between campaigns and keep it going.
Yeah.
It sounds like excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just saying, it seems like you've created a lot of really cool characters.
Plus, I love character creation. It's something I've been doing for years. I'm freelance artist, freelance character creator. So I wanted to create a really fun, colorful cast. And if you watch any anime or anything of that sort, you know that one of the most important characters in a series is the mascot. And the more characters that you have that are mascot-like, the more options people have to cling to that character and say, "Oh, that's my favorite." So I wanted to give everyone that option.
Oh, that's fun. So there's actually going to be more than maybe just one mascot character, you might say?
I think there's a few already that you could say are mascot characters. There's one for a fact, which is the little sticker guy. He's a little jelly.
I've been wanting to ask about that character because it's very cute.
Yeah, he comes in at the end of issue 2. Machi finds him in a most unusual circumstance, and they decide they're going to join up and become buds.
Nice.
And in issue 3, we get to see that she discovers what he is and what he's capable of. So this little green bouncy blob is so much more than just a green bouncy blob.
He has a bit of a mystery behind him, and so maybe some more powerful. He looks a little more powerful than he might appear.
Exactly.
Well, that's fun. You've clearly put a lot of work into these characters.
Thank you.
So on the next tier we have the Sacred 7. What can you tell us about this tier?
Sacred 7. This is where we get our first glow-in-the-dark covers. I love doing glow-in-the-dark covers for campaigns. I think it's so fun. It's super effective. So I've created 2 glow-in-the-dark variants for this tier specifically. So if you back this tier, you get the 2 PDFs. And I keep forgetting to mention this, but in the PDFs, you can get them in Spanish or English. Nice. Keep forgetting to mention that. It's available in English and Spanish. So if you want the English physical copy and the Spanish PDF, we can do that. So this one comes with the glow-in-the-dark covers, the coffee mug, the poster, all the trading cards, the sticker, and all the digital rewards.
Excellent. Yeah. So this is the where we start adding on the glow-in-the-dark cover.
Yes.
And is that something where you kind of leave it out in the light, and then that's how it gets its glow in the dark?
Yeah, just like normal glow in the dark paint. But when I mail them out, I supercharge them with a UV light before, and then they get put into darkness. So then they get mailed out.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So actually, when you first open it up, there's a good chance that you could actually probably have the glow on it already. I would think.
Already have the glow still, and if not, then
just charge it up real quick.
Yeah, just charge it up.
You'll be good to go.
Yep.
Well, that's super awesome. I used to love all that kind of stuff. I haven't had a glow in the dark thing in a while, and I think putting that onto your cover, I think, is a really nice touch. And I think it's worth noting that you're actually doing this by hand, right?
Yes. I make my own stencils for each cover, and then I paint the glow in the dark on by hand, just to make sure that it's a nice even coat and that it actually glows.
That's a nice extra touch, like that you're putting into that. I think people would really appreciate that.
Bless.
They did that for them, yeah. And so we're on to the next one is the Dean's List. This is the top students only. I'm assuming.
So for this list, for this tier, it is the highest tier possible. It's crazy. It's out of this world. This gets you everything. This gets you the 2 glow-in-the-dark covers. This gets you a graded copy of issue 1 by CGC.
Wow.
So
you don't see that every day.
Yeah. So technically, you're getting 3 physical comics with this, but one is locked away forever in a little box for collector's reasons.
Wow.
Comes with all the trading cards, the posters, the mugs, the digital rewards, and this one comes with a character cameo. So if you or a family member wants to be included in the comic, maybe you have a character from a comic you've made before and you'd love to see them show up in Machi and interact with the characters. Maybe they run their own shop. Maybe they are a student. Maybe they're a teacher. The possibilities are endless. So that is possible with this tier.
And it's to think you can have any character or yourself, rendered in your art. I think it'll be really fun to see too.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine just as a listener or as a fan of Machi, being able to see yourself jump into that world, or whomever character that you choose, that just sounds like really cool.
Oh, bless that. The goal is to get people like as involved as possible with it. So there are some characters through the Kickstarter, because I also did this tier on the Kickstarter as well. There are some characters that are going to be cameoing who are just so cool. They're basically just becoming permanent characters in the story.
Wow.
So that's a possibility.
That's amazing. So yeah, if you do well here, it could even depending on how endearing the characters, you might stick around here for a little
Yeah.
while. But I was actually wanting to ask about that. Does it have to be a human character, or can they create a familiar, maybe?
Yeah, they can create a familiar if they'd like. If they have a character that's an animal, maybe like that. Maybe they have like a character they designed that's a giant panda. Then they can be included
Or a
as
giant rage puppy, perhaps? Who
yeah, oh,
knows?
yeah, giant.
Who knows what could appear in
Mhm.
Machi's world?
Oh yeah,
But no, that's awesome. I think that's really fun. Yeah.
endless
You've got a
possibilities.
lot of really great. Yeah, I mean, you as you said, you've really kind of allowed them to kind of get in on the fun and be part of that world with a lot of different possibilities there.
Bless.
Nice. So that's the that rounds out our list here, the Dean's
Mhm.
list. So there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Now let's talk. Let's talk about stretch goals.
All right. So Machi is now fully funded on Indiegogo, which I'm still happy tears about. So I think,
Congratulations.
thank you. I would love to give the backers even more goodies, like with the Kickstarter. So with the Kickstarter, I found a company that makes enamel pins, and they make them very well. So I would love to have enamel pins included in the Indiegogo as well. And I think it would just be the funniest thing, because the Kickstarter, you get a Machi enamel pin. And I think for the Indiegogo, if you got an Aspen enamel pin, the girl shown on the poster, you get both of them doing like a similar pose but facing different directions. I think that would just be the cutest thing.
Nice.
So I would love to include that as a stretch goal. And I'm going to go ahead and put the stretch goal at 2,200. That would make it possible for me to order the pins and ship them out to everybody, all backers over $8. The $8 tier over. So $25 and up, you'd get this pin added to your order, no charge to you, just an extra fun goodie. So yeah, I'll be making an official post about that tomorrow.
Excellent. Well, that's really awesome. And where are we at again right now? Let's see. Do you mind if I scroll up here? But so we're actually really close to it. So we're actually less than, or just over $40 away from getting that. No, let's see. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like 242 away from the stretch goal already.
Yeah.
200. Sorry, 200. You said?
Yeah, 2,200.
Oh, 2,200. I'm sorry. I heard
No worries,
2,000
no
earlier.
worries.
I apologize. So yeah, so we are a few hundred off, but it's very, very close.
Oh yeah. So
It's very
it's
close.
crazy close. I think it's doable. I really do. And like if someone were to like just back the Dean's list just once, boom, that's the whole stretch goal.
That's amazing. And so yeah, so there's with 5 days left, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna hit that stretch goal.
Oh, fingers crossed. I sure hope so. Everyone's been so wonderful during this campaign, even though it's the holiday season and holidays are a little tight for everyone. I was very surprised with the turnout. I'm so grateful that it reached 130% today. It's crazy, crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I think it's nice to see that people are out there supporting you and with the second round here, and it definitely, I think, shows that Machi is building up a great fan base.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for it. I'm so excited to start sending out the physical copies to the Kickstarter backers and then getting the orders in for the Indiegogo backers. I love planning. I love getting this stuff set up.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I'm sure people will be really happy to start receiving all their stuff as well. But I want to look at these cards again just because the art is really fun.
Oh, bless.
And one of the characters that caught my eye was Escrow.
Escrow. He's
so funny. He looks so curmudgeon-y.
He's a total goofball. So Escrow and the gentleman over on the right with the pumpkin for a head, Kukurbo, they are partners in crime. Kukurbo is the groundskeeper, but he cannot speak. So Escrow does the speaking for him, and he's a gruff personality. He handles all the finances and the housing on campus, hence the name escrow.
He's so funny. Oh man. It's obviously, playing with the word where the wordplay there and making him a crow is a really fun take on that.
Oh, blast. Thanks. I wanted to do something silly. Kukerbo's name is also a play on the word scarecrow in Swedish. So,
okay, nice.
yeah.
Very
That's
nice.
funny. Yeah,
Wasn't
that's fun
too
pulling
silly.
that into it. Yeah. And then we see a couple other characters here. Obviously, we
Mhm.
see Machi.
Yes.
And then we see Rena
Yeah.
is her sister, right?
Yes.
Her older sister.
Mhm.
And then we have what is the girl's name on the right there? Sumir.
Sumir.
And what can you tell us about Sumir?
Yeah, so Sumir is one of the top students at Pendleton AI. She is one of the Sacred Seven, top 7 students. We got a lot of people in the chat right now. I just want to throw some love to them really quick. Hi, Neostar.
Definitely.
Hi, Solid
Please.
Halon. Hi, Salem.
Wow, yeah, I know, lively chat going on over here.
I love it. Thank you guys for being here. If you're just tuning in, we will be doing a raffle towards the end of the stream, so stay tuned. We're giving away enamel pins, giving away 2 of them. So we have 2 really cool enamel pins to give away to you guys.
Very awesome.
So yes, so Sumir is one of the top 7 students at Pendleton AI, and each of the 7 top students, they're characters, absolute characters. Sumir is one of the nicer ones. She's Reina's best friend, and Reina is on track to be part of the Sacred 7, but she chooses not to. She keeps opting out every year, and everyone's always on her about it. Like, why don't you just do it? Just go for it. She's like, no, it's not for me. No thanks. But Sumir is one of the students who agreed to it, and being part of the Sacred 7 secures you a job after graduation, which is super important.
Definitely. Oh yeah. As any college student knows, that's the goal.
Oh, yeah.
But so what is? It sounds like maybe there's more involved in being part of this elite group than just having to get good grades, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. You have to pass a very rigorous exam that students are allowed to take once a year, which we get to see shown a little bit in issue 3 when all of the Sacred 7 are introduced. And funny enough, there is another member of the Sacred 7 amongst these trading cards.
I'm going to guess it's Violet.
It is Violet.
Very nice. She definitely gives off a vibe of being a very knowledgeable and very powerful.
She's very powerful. She's a bit of a campus bully. She's not afraid to get what she wants.
Oh wow. I love her outfit there. It looks really cool. You've done such amazing detailed work on these outfits. It's kind of incredible. You having this amazing eye for design. Is this all self-taught based on your past experience? How did you kind of develop this really incredible style with the colors here?
Oh, bless. Thank you. Again, part of it's from studying Studio Ghibli so much and their color choices. Another thing is I truly love Japanese culture and Japanese fashion. So I look towards that often in my designs. And the outfit that Violet is wearing is actually the school uniform for the year 4 students. So as they progress in their years, their kimonos become more complex and more detailed. And we see Machi up at the very top in her rare card, and she's in a plain black kimono, whereas Violet has these intricate details in hers. And I actually learned how to do the intricate details from my good friend Brian Ball, creator of Rags. He has a very cool method on maintaining details.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so he
I can
taught
see
me
that with Regina's tattoos,
Yeah, that's exactly where.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
So I applied that here, and it's been very, very efficient, very effective, and I'm pretty happy with it.
Wow, yeah, I think the results speak for themselves for sure with this.
Bless, thank you.
But that's great. So you spoke of Violet being another member of this elite group. and she's kind of a bit of a bully, you said?
Yes, she's one of the most malicious characters in the story. She comes from a family of 6 sisters, and she's the eldest. So she's trying to keep everyone in line and make sure everyone's on track to graduate because they're all going to the same school at the same time. And we don't focus so much on the other 5, but the one sister we do focus on other than Violet is our girl Aspen, who's also shown in the card. She's wearing the crazy jacket.
I love that jacket.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Awesome. Is it really? Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
And I think she's quickly becoming a very popular character. She's been recently featured in some new art, and when I remember when she first started popping up, I definitely took to her as a character, saying, "Oh, who's this? Who's this new person who's shown up here?"
Right. I'm very glad that everyone's having such a good response to her. She's one of my favorite characters. She's a little spitfire. Right. She's super short and super quick tempered. Which is the polar opposite to Machi, who is all too forgiving. So they make for an interesting duo of best buds.
Right. Yeah, they kind of polar opposites in some ways.
Absolutely.
That's funny. And then rounding out the cards here, we have Smiling Bob.
Yes, Smiling Bob. He is based off of my godfather, who passed earlier this year, Smiling Bob Lewis. He was an amazing figure while he was on Earth with us. He was a huge influence to so many people, and he helped so many people through his music. And he ran a little guitar shop where he helped people, pick out instruments and things of that nature. And I wanted to incorporate like just his pure, just how wholesome and wonderful he was. I wanted to share that with everyone. So I included him in Machi as the shopkeeper who partners people with their familiars. So whenever
I just think that's a really beautiful way to honor him. That's really nice.
Bless, thank you. It was really difficult doing the scene where he's in. My heart was just breaking. But we get to see him in issue 2 and all of his glory. So I'm excited for you guys to get to see him, and hopefully he makes you smile.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, he seems like a really fun character and help bring a lot of positivity to the series.
Absolutely, he is the most wholesome and the strongest of all the cards on screen.
Oh wow, that's wild. And he has a little familiar there with him, I noticed.
Yes. So Smiling Bob Lewis, he had a band called Tyrannosaurus Chicken, and to pay homage to that, I gave him a familiar that is a Tyrannosaurus Chicken.
Nice. Oh, that's so awesome. I feel like that could be a card all on its own too. A Tyrannosaurus Chicken card.
Oh,
we definitely need to see that come back.
Yes.
And when will we see them introduced? You said in the next issue, in the second
in issue 2, yes.
Issue 2, nice.
Like right off the bat in issue 2, we get to see Smiling Bob Lewis, Tyrannosaurus Chicken, and all of the familiars within his shop. And Machi even tries her hand at partnering with one. Does she succeed? I don't know. You'll have to find out when you read it.
I can't wait. I love the you kind of have shown a little bit of a preview image of the familiar shop, and just seeing all the different creatures in there, and you just kind of want to explore and be like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? Oh man, what's this over here?
It's so fun designing them and coming up with them. I love it. It brings me so much joy.
Yeah, I definitely think something that's really fun about the world of Machi is just how colorful and vibrant everything is, and how much life there is to explore here.
Buzz.
So we gonna scroll down. We have a little bit left to explore on the campaign here, but if anyone has any questions in the chat, actually, I wanted to bring this up. There was actually a question earlier that I recall.
Oh,
let me scroll up. Where did it go? On an unrelated note, Neo Star Production says, "What's something Machi wants for Christmas?"
Machi would want a drop pop so she can get more marbles to collect.
Yeah, and tell us about these drop pops, because for those who may not be familiar with that.
Right. So in issue 1 of Machi, within the first few pages, we get to see Machi's obsession with, there it is. Yeah. Drop pops. There are these sodas that are popular in Machi's world where you have to use your magic to remove the marble lid. Just like the Japanese Ramune bottles, they're very difficult to open if you don't know how to do it. So Machi, try as she may, try as she might, she can't always get it right. So I didn't mean to make that right.
Really funny. It's funny too because it's it's so much fun because it obviously it's like it's a fun play off of like the Ramune soda,
Mhm.
with the
Yeah.
marble. But it's like it totally has that Harry Potter spin, that the magic vibe of your magic, so why not have magic in your snacks? It's like
Yeah.
that was always one of the fun things about that series, and like you wanted to go out, you wanted to buy them yourself, you wanted to get all that stuff. So I just love that concept,
yeah.
and it adds some fun to it, that you can't quite get it right the first time.
Yeah. And every marble from the lid collectible. So Machi is a collector, which this campaign caters to collectors. So Machi has all these marbles with her all the time. So marbles are constantly falling out of her pocket, or she's trading them or something. So she's
Okay.
got so many.
And I'm not sure if there's a piece of promotional art that you posted with Machi. Is it on here as well? Perhaps it has. There it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
All the marbles.
Yes, this was an
Yes.
illustration I did for the Kickstarter backers. We had 106 backers on Kickstarter, so I drew Machi with 106 marbles.
And you've done an incredible job too, because I remember when you were working on it, you were really doing a lot of detail work on, and it's clear to see on the marbles themselves. Like, is there any two that are quite alike in here?
No, I tried to make every last one of them different.
That's amazing. So I love that idea, and so that's something that's going to be a part of the series going forward.
Yes,
Is her love of marbles.
marbles to come.
Nice. Hopefully she won't slip on them at all.
Oh, don't lose them. Don't lose the marbles.
Don't lose the marbles. Maybe I could see making a game out of it. Like, have you kind of thought about what kind of a magical game you could play with the marbles? Maybe.
Oh my gosh, that's such a fun idea. I can't say that I've sat down and thought one out yet, but that's definitely something I'm open to considering. That sounds
right.
That'd be fun.
Right, and you could even give out the rules so people could try it out on their own too.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I love to see that your campaign's going strong, and clearly, things are going well. Now, let's talk about the art here, because I know we wanted to talk about this a little bit earlier.
Right. These are the digital icons that are available to all backers of any tier. So each icon perfectly fits a Twitter profile or a Facebook profile. It fits perfectly within the circle. And these were done by the amazing Peyton Monroe.
Nice, shout out.
Yeah, he does such great work. I love it. He has such a cute, like a newspaper cartoon strip style that I adore, but he has such vibrant colors. It's so pretty.
Yeah, that is true. That's a really interesting combination, isn't it? That's awesome.
I love it.
Sorry, I just want to ask, the characters here are Machi, her sister, and her best friend, and
yeah.
Kukabro.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I think this turned out really well, and even just the little added touch of the little, you can see the fruit little icons almost, or the flower for Kukabro. That's just a fun touch.
Each of the main characters, I should say, their hair is styled after a food or a fruit. So spoiler, they have their little fruits next to them.
Yeah, even Aspen has the earrings there.
Yeah, I love the earrings. They're so cute.
Yeah, this came out really nice. And which tiers are those? Is that one available with?
That's with every tier. So you'll get this as a digital reward to use for profile pictures or whatever you'd like.
Excellent. And so everyone can get one of those. Or get the set, really.
1 of 4.
Very nice. Oh, 1 of 4. So is it a random thing then?
Yes. I do a random number generator for each email I send out the first time. So I do it between 1 and 4. I assign a number to each of the icons, and then I use that generator to decide the icon. It's so funny seeing like who gets what.
Yeah, that'll be really fun, and I know people will kind of add to that'll add to the collectability for people.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's fun too. Very nice. Well, that's really good. Is there any other things we should take a look at here on the campaign page before we stop sharing this one?
I think that's about it. Unfortunately, I didn't crop those properly, which breaks my heart.
That's all right. It's
Yeah,
still
learning
great.
process. Thank you.
Well, definitely, if you haven't backed the campaign, please go back it. I'm going to post the link here in the chat for everyone.
Please and thank you. Like I said, we're working on our first stretch goal with this campaign. We've got 5 days left. I'm hoping that we could make it 2,200. I want to include enamel pins to tiers $25 and up. That would be no charge to anyone. It would just be like a surprise little bonus gift for everyone if we could get it there. So if you feel like sharing, please share. If you have a friend who you think could use a really chill comic, maybe they're feeling down in the dumps, they need a little something to pick them up, I highly recommend sending them over our way. You can get it for really cheap. There's a bunch of collectible goodies to be had as well.
Excellent. Well, that's really cool. And I just want to say real quick in the chat, or in the chat here, the marbles game idea actually, people really like this. Neostar says next video game hit Machi's Marble Mayhem.
I love that. That has such a good ring.
Right?
Triple M. I like
It's
it.
been a long time for it.
Yeah.
Scott says like a magic version of Hungry Hippos.
That would be so cute, but like real hippos. Oh, I love that so much. Oh,
yeah,
Scott, we might do something like that.
And then Kyle says I'd play Machi's Marble Mayhem as well. So
That's such a
definitely,
fun.
yeah, there's definitely some interest there. It seems.
Look into. I'm down.
That's funny. Also, Kyle heard rumors that there's a satanic Machi pin floating out there.
Goodness.
I'm not sure we should have put that rumor out there.
Well, let me quench it now. There was one pin that came in where Machi's eyes were colored black, but the whites of the eyes are still white, so it's not demonic. But instead of having purple eyes, yeah, it's still wholesome. It's just the defect is her eyes are just, they don't have any purple. They're just black, which it looks pretty cute. It kind of makes me wonder like if I should have gone with brown eyes for Machi, but
oh, that's funny. But yeah, that's one of the pins, one of the 2 pins that we'll be raffling off here in just a little bit.
Yes, we have some pretty cool pins we're gonna raffle off whenever anybody.
Speaking of which, when do you want to have people start entering if they want to put in the keyword?
You know what? We can go ahead and get it going now.
Yeah, that way we can we don't have to rush people. Once we'll go ahead and decide in a little bit, but couldn't hurt to get the people putting in their stuff in there.
Yeah. So guys, if you would like to get in on this raffle, just drop a comment in the chat. Just say something like, just say Machi. Say Machi if you want the pin. Necessary. I'll send it myself.
Hashtag Machi.
There you go.
Hashtag Machi.
Simple entry of all time.
Can't miss it. Just shoot that in if you want to get a chance to win this raffle. And we'll go ahead and announce the winner by the end of the stream tonight.
Sounds good. I'm stoked. We've got 2 to give away.
And Spork, he says, yeah, making marble themed would be cool for Machi.
That would be really cool. It's definitely something I'm thinking of real heavy now.
Well, that's great. Your campaign's obviously going really well. 5 days to back the book, and plenty of tiers to grab, even when we can get in on the art. So I'm really excited to see that.
Plus, I'm really excited to continue the story and include all these fun characters and cameos. There's still 4 slots left. And then after those 4 slots, that is it. So we won't have any more character cameos until after issue 7 if we do another crowdfunding campaign. So right now these cameos are running up until issue 6. I want to give each cameo their own little spotlight to shine. So we're not pushing them all into issue 3. So for these cameos, they're going to be in issues 5 and 6. The Kickstarter cameos will be in issues 3 and 4.
Makes sense, yeah, since the campaign was earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's also good because it'll allow, like you said, it's not cramming them all at once, so the people who are getting the cameos can kind of really enjoy their own cameo, and it's maybe not feel like it's so rushed all at once.
I want everyone to feel like they really got a chance to see their character in action and more than just one panel. You're not going to be just hidden in a background. That was no fun.
Oh man, now people are saying they want Machi themed marbles.
Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh, it's like now we have to find a marble maker, some sort of manufacturer.
Oh,
But hey, I mean, if that's possible, it does sound pretty cool. Can you
that'd be-
imagine like little marbles with you could actually get like their faces in there, like little Machi faces? How
oh,
cute would
that's
that be?
so
Or like, you know what I mean?
cool.
I
And
believe it's
Uh,
possible,
I
but
could
probably
imagine it. Yeah.
expensive.
Who knows? But if it's if people are willing to, if they're interested, supply and demand, right?
Mhm.
Kyle says selling like hotcakes.
Bless Kyle. I appreciate you, man. Kyle's
Oh, that's funny. But that is really interesting ideas. A lot of that's what's really interesting too is that there's a lot of merch and just fun kind of goodies that you can come up with for with Machi. So much to do with
I
it,
would love to do plushies in the future. That's
Oh
something I have
man,
in mind. Definitely something to look into. I'd
that would
love
be
to do
awesome.
figures and things of that nature. It'd just be so fun. Machi marble pouches. That'd be so cute. Oh man,
Like a felt kind of soft little thing with a drawstring and a little character art on it,
yes, that would be so freaking cute. I'd love it.
Yeah, so I mean, I think people really connect with the character already, and I think part of that's just your really iconic design work on it. But I don't know. I just think for some reason people really are really connecting with the character. I think that's you should be very proud of what you've done with these characters.
Oh, bless. Thank you. I put my heart into it, and I'm overwhelmed with the response. And I never in all my life did I think things would go this well.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
everybody
that's
likes a
amazing.
good, wholesome story. I mean, considering on how a lot of the stories right now are pretty edgy and dark. I mean,
Oh
lighthearted is
yeah.
always very welcome.
Very true. Yeah.
Trying to keep it all ages friendly for real, not just saying it.
Right. No, that's great. So what are your plans for the future of Machi?
Right. So issue 3 is going to be going into production in February, probably mid to late February. Going to be going into production, and we'll be working on getting the cameos tied into the story. But the main plot for issue 3 is orientation. Machi and her fellow classmates get to meet the dean, their advisors, who are these really creepy people. They're very ominous looking things.
Oh no.
And they get to start their first few classes and start going about life and figuring out, what are they going to do, things like that. Issue 4, we get to jump into a little bit more drama with some assignments and big tests and things like that. So I'm really, really excited to get those going and show them all to you guys.
And with Harry Potter, I hate to obviously we keep coming back to Harry Potter, but you mentioned it was a big influence on you.
Oh yeah.
And that you have like a bit of a system where they're kind of divided into houses and whatnot. And do you have any kind of similar or different system in place, or is it more of a free form for everyone's in it for themselves kind of deal?
So true to so I went to an art college for a while, and it's so funny. Like people in different degrees, different programs, they behave differently. Like they act as like a hive mind almost. So you can tell an audio student from a fine arts student. Like you can see the difference in the way they act. So you get to see that in Machi as well. We don't have, the signature scarves or anything or specific house names, but you can kind of tell what the student is majoring in based off of their personality.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Can you give us an example, perhaps, or
What's that?
could you give us an example of specifically with like one of the characters?
Right. So Aspen is a good example. She joined, and instead of doing, so typically whenever a student joins Pendleton AI, They join undecided. They do their first year of general studies, and then they start going about their actual bachelor's or whatever degree they've decided that they want to do, whatever program they want to specialize in. Machi goes in under generals to do her general studies until she's scouted by an advisor. They kind of pick them up and say, okay, you're going to go to this one because you're good at this. Aspen, since she comes from such a large, prestigious family, her sister in the Sacred Seven, she was able to skip the general studies completely and just start her course in spell coding. So in Machi, the way spells work is you get them programmed. You get like a barcode that you can put into your wand, and you can use that spell over and over and over again, right?
Oh, wow.
So Aspen creates those codes, and it's a whole thing. But based off of like her personality, how she never sleeps, and how crazy smart she is, you can kind of see that that's where she might be going with her degree.
Interesting. Wow, that's a definitely a unique take on that. I've never heard anyone quite create something quite like that.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, that's interesting, and it kind of begs the question: if spells are mere code, can they be miscoded? Can a spell be turned against itself, perhaps?
Yes, you can have spells backfire. You can have your wand
Can they be hacked into?
Not hacked into necessarily. You do the programming yourself with your
right,
own
right.
aura.
With your own magic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you sign a contract when you get your wand that binds that wand to you, but you can't break your wand, and they are very expensive.
Hey. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, and it sounds like Aspen's, as you said, is a very intelligent character, which is kind of fun because not that she doesn't look intelligent, but she definitely doesn't give off necessarily totally ambitious vibes.
Oh no, she's smart in the way that Loki is smart, and
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, she's almost too smart for her own good.
Yes, she can get a deal, but she'll go about it in the most unorthodox way.
Now, Peyton Monroe here says, have you heard of the rubber duck debug thing? I can totally imagine Aspen doing that.
Yes. So there's this, for those who aren't familiar, in coding, there's this little trick that people use called the rubber duck method, where you explain what you are doing currently to a inanimate object like a rubber duck, and it helps you better understand what you're doing. Like saying it out loud helps you make it make sense, because coding, you run into all sorts of issues. I could definitely see Aspen talking to a rubber duck and getting mad at
I feel like in Machi's world, though, there's a chance the rubber duck might speak back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yes.
No, the rubber duck might be someone's familiar.
Right, that's what I was thinking, right?
Oh, that'd be cute if it was her familiar. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
I love that.
Well, that's interesting. That's just another kind of aspect of your world that you really created uniquely. You've definitely put a lot of work into this magic system. And speaking of which, you mentioned obviously the coding of the wands. Is there any other kind of aspect of the magic that you can tell us a little bit about, maybe? And how the world works?
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, in the beginning, everyone is born with a little bit of magic. They can do small things, right? But there are some individuals who, through hard work and practice, they get very good at just projecting their magic without a wand. So Aspen is one of those individuals who is so good at projecting magic without a wand that she almost never uses it. And her wand is actually, so their wands are made of crystals, right? Like healing crystals are supposed to amplify energies in the body. In Machi, their wands are made of crystals to amplify their magic. Aspen, since her projection is already so strong, having a wand would just kind of be redundant for her. So her wand is these little blue slivers of crystal on her gloves, which look like fingernails.
Oh,
so
wow.
we see that in the poster design I did of Aspen, where she has like the blue nails on top of her little black gloves. That's technically her wand, so to speak.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the image there in the chat.
Oh, bless.
Here, actually, this is a pretty good one because this has both of them on there. But this art we're about to look at, you released as a how are you releasing this now exactly?
This is the poster design, correct?
I believe so. Yes. Let me see here.
I've got to see the image.
Sorry.
No worries, you're good. You're good.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, this is.
Yes, the poster design. So the crystals are the little fingertips you're talking about there?
Yes, so the fingernails are actually crystals on her gloves. She has actual nails under the gloves, obviously. But her gloves act as her wand, because if she were to have an actual wand, it would be too much. It would be ridiculous. Controlling it would be out of this world. And we get to see that happen a few times. She very, very much so wants a wand, but isn't allowed to have one because she's too strong.
That's not very nice. I kind of feel for her on that. She's like, it's not my fault I'm so powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
She's like, I just wanted to be strong, and now I'm too strong. This is ridiculous.
Wow. Well, I love the design on the glove tips. Those are really cool. I've never seen something quite like that as well, and it's really interesting that you've incorporated it into the story.
Yes.
Neostar Production says, magic wands, auras, and magic coding. I love it.
Yes, thanks, Neostar.
Yeah, I'm right with you there. That is really good stuff here, and I think well, it's just interesting the magic, the way you've designed the magic here, and so I'm curious to see how her character will unfold and whether or not she'll eventually get a wand. I know I feel like she's not necessarily going to let that one go so easily.
Oh no, she tries she tries very hard to find the perfect wand, and we get to see that little adventure unfold.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Now, another poster that you've recently released is this one here as well, and this is of the Violet character.
Violet, yes, this is the big sister, the campus bully.
The campus bully, and what makes her such a bully?
She's just mean and cruel. She feels entitled to everything. In issue 2, we get to see a little bickering between her and Aspen. Aspen still has her spending money, and Violet insists that she needs to share it because she'd already spent all of hers, and it's just so unfair that she has the money. So Violet's very very cruel, quick to judge, very quick to insult and break someone down to make herself feel big. And she feels very entitled because she's in the Sacred Seven. And it's interesting to see how that dynamic changes when different people join the Sacred Seven. Some people don't pass their exams to stay in. So it's interesting to see her character change and grow throughout the series.
Interesting. And so I'm assuming she may come into conflict with Machi, perhaps, or they may clash at some point.
Yes, issue 2, there is quite a conundrum. Machi makes an enemy of Violet very quickly.
Oh no, that's the one thing you don't want to do. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Poor Machi. When will she learn? Oh man. Well, that's awesome. It sounds like the first 2 issues are going to have a lot of really fun stuff and really be packed full of awesome character stuff.
Bless.
Yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end of our time here, so I was thinking maybe we should and give out that raffle if you wanted to do that.
Let's do it. So super quick reminder to anyone who may have joined in late. We are doing a raffle. I have 2 hard enamel pins from the Kickstarter stretch goals that came in. They gave me a whole bag of ones with minor defects, and there are a few that I think are just pretty. I think they're fine. So I'd like to raffle those off because they aren't going to have homes to go to anyways. So earlier we asked everyone just to say Machi in the chat if you wanted to join in on the raffle. I figured maybe give them like 60 seconds to.
Yeah, any last minute Machis, just
any last.
throw it out. Oops.
Don't want anyone to feel left out.
Machi, not an Achi. Definitely don't put an Achi. That doesn't count. Any last minute entrance here? We'll go ahead and, as you said, we'll give them 1 more minute here. But is there anything you want to tell out to all the people out there who are maybe considering backing your book?
Right. Good thing here. If you're thinking about backing Machi, or if you backed it on Kickstarter and we'd like to just grab the goodies, I would really love to encourage you to do so. I'm very excited to start working on these next issues, and with this Indiegogo, it makes that possible. And then, of course, getting these fun goodies out to everybody. We are very fortunate that it is already fully funded, so you know what you're getting when you sign up. There's no risk of failure. My Kickstarter is on point with delivering on time. So you can expect your goods to be delivered in a timely manner and all updates to be very frequent. And lots of fun new stretch goal goodies to come, hopefully.
Well, that's excellent. That's really awesome. And I know the people who've already backed your books. I know they're all very excited about what you've got going on. So definitely keep up the good work and just keep bringing more Machi.
Bless.
Yeah.
2020, the year of Machi.
That's right. And apparently Nacho the Lazy Witch. Maybe Nacho is maybe that could be if someone wants to back at the Dean's List level. Nacho could be a new addition to the Machi universe. We'll see.
That'd be so funny.
Right? I can only imagine kind of character Nacho would be.
That's so good. That's so good. All right. So I think that's everybody who wanted to join in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries. Let me go ahead and do a number generator. Number generator between 1 and 7. All right. I'm doing it now. Number 7. That would be Zany Cartoons.
Woo, very nice.
Zany, if you could please do me a favor, hit me up on Twitter. Just shoot me a message. You can find me on Twitter. Hang on, let me actually drop a link so life is easier for everybody. Let's see.
Congrats on the win. Very nice.
Yeah.
So did you announce both winners, right, or just the first one so far?
That's
Sorry.
just the first one.
Right. Okay. So one more to go. One more winner to go.
Yes. Let me drop the link to the Twitter in the chat. I can't.
Oh, if you want, you could shoot it over on the private chat, and I'll go ahead and post it for you.
Please and thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So Zany Cartoons, you got one coming to you, and now I'm going to hit the generator button again between 1 and 7. Here we go. Number 4. Let me scroll back up and see who number 4 is. Number 4 is 1, 2, 3.
Tell them what they've won. Neostar, very nice.
Neostar, you just won a new enamel pen.
My God.
Although I think you're already getting one with the canvas. You're getting 2.
You're getting 2, and one's a rare. Very rare.
These are the ones with defects. The one that you'll be receiving in the mail will not have a defect.
So unfortunately, sorry about that. Those are your only chance to get the defect.
Yeah, the only chance. But thank you everyone who entered the raffle. This was really fun. I've never done one before. I'll be sending out these goodies probably towards the end of December, early January. I'll make a post on my Twitter, so stay updated there. But please do shoot me a message, give me your shipping information so I can get that ready to go. I have these set aside for you. I'm writing your name on them with Sharpie right now.
And if you haven't backed the book already, or even if you have, go check out the link again. And if you even backed it on Kickstarter, there's a whole tier on there called Grabbing Goodies, all about you getting you some new merch that you didn't get with the Kickstarter. So even if you've already backed that on that end, you still can get some really good stuff here. Some new trading cards, some stickers, some other cool stuff. So definitely go check that out.
Bless, please, and thank you. And thank you guys for having me on, as always. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best.
Oh, thank you so much for having for coming on and joining us to talk about your book here. And again, there's 5 days left, so plenty of time to go back the book and go check it out, people, because it's really awesome stuff here. This is one of the funnest projects I've seen in a long time, and I just think that if you trust in Machi, you will not be disappointed. So please go check it out.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I think that's about everything. I hope everyone has a great night and a great weekend.
Awesome, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone. We'll see you later.